So what are your core strengths? What are things that you're very good at that you know that these things you can do it with ease and you don't have issues with it? Mediating in conflict, is it when they have a group activity you are very good at presenting? Is it that when a difficult conversation needs to be had, okay, and you know that if somebody doesn't have this conversation well, it's going to become a major problem or a major challenge? What are those things that you know how to do very well? That is what is in that top quadrant. So you can list them out. You can list them out because you need to take action on them. And one of the actions you need to take for those type of skills is leverage them and monetize them. For someone like me, as I noticed quite early, right from secondary school, that when I am giving an assignment or I have to teach someone something, no matter who you are, if I teach you that thing, you're going to understand it. I went to university, same thing happened. I came out of university, I went into the workspace, I was doing my duties, everything. I started had to take over intense management. And before you know what, I am in HR through recommendation. So it is because people have seen that this lady actually knows how to train people, how to imbibe them with whatever knowledge they need to learn. During interviews, you hear people saying some things, and I'm like, oh, what is teach them what they need to know and what they need to focus on. So it is very important that you actually pay attention to your core strength. Don't ignore it. Most times we ignore those core strengths because we don't know how to mine it and how to make it better and how to refine it. We think that it's not too it's not as tush as when it's not as tush as when I okay, maybe somebody else that is a CEO or co-founder that they know how to pitch and all that. Some other persons feels like their core strength is not as tush and as well branded like somebody who is a career coach. All right, so or a marketing executive or someone that knows how to organize or a YouTuber. Okay, so whatever your core strength is, it is important. It is in you because it's supposed to give you a leverage. But if you're not maximizing it for that leverage, and then you're just leaving money on the table, and that's probably where you need to focus your energy on instead of looking for something else to learn. All right, so the other quadrant at the top, which is on the right, is majorly your market, what the market values versus what you are not good at. Anything that the market values that you're not good at, you have to identify and develop them. And because it's dangerous, because if the market values something and you don't know it, it means that you are joining the people that will be fizzled out of the workspace and the workforce in little time, and you don't want to find yourself in that case. For me, that was it for me. The moment I broke in on all the skills that was going to allow me to fizzle out, I jumped in and started working hard on each of them because I must remain relevant now and in the future. As long as I'm alive, I must remain relevant. So you need to actually really work on the skills that the market values. Don't say I cannot learn it. It is not mine. I don't know it naturally. It's not something I am good at all. This is who I am. Yes, we know it's who you are. But if the market is demanding for it, what do you want to do? Are you going to sit back and just watch as everything is happening, or you're going to take the responsibility to identify and develop those skills so that you remain relevant? All right. So this is super important. You need to pick it up and work on it. And then we have the other part to it, which is the bottom left, which talks about what you're proficient at and that you're doing well, but at the same time, the market doesn't value it. So this means that it's actually diminishing. All right. It's not it's something you like. So you probably just keep doing it for fun. All right. Don't invest too much time and money into it. Just do it for fun. And I think one of those things for me actually then was when you have the skill and you know how to put structures in place. Structure is still relevant, but you put structure in place that you go in depth, into the details of the business and all that, and then you're able to bring everybody together and you're able to build structures in every business, I have discovered that it is kind of diminishing in a bit. And why I said that is because we have technologies and tools that are taking over in that area. So if you find yourself investing so much in it, you might end up becoming irrelevant. So I just do it when I feel like doing it. I just probably put my mind into it. But if not, I'm just going to go ahead and do what I need to focus my energy on. So yes, it's diminishing. Doesn't mean you should let go of it. Yes, but don't invest so much more into it than you have so far. This has also happened to my design skills. Although I'm still picking it up a bit, I'm still using it one way or the other. But with AI now, I don't need to have to do so much when it has to do with design. I learned design before I transitioned into PR and communications, and it was a skill that then, and it helped me even when I was in PR and communications. It really helped me, and in my early years of HR. But right now, AI has made it look like that skill is not as important as it used to be, because I don't use it. I don't actually use it for like pay to get payments or for people to pay me to do their jobs or all that. I don't. So right now it's a skill that is in diminishing return aspects. Now I'm focusing on how to use AI to cover up for the parts that I'm already doing. So yes, that's an example. So the last quadrant, which is on the right, lower right, we have the skills that you're proficient at, that you're not proficient at. That's the one you cannot do, and the one the market does not value. It does not need your focus. It doesn't need your focus. I promise you. Okay, it doesn't need your focus. What example can I use now for this skill? So that does not value. What skill does the market not value right now? Okay, so I'm going to give an instance. Okay, somebody's saying something. Oh yes, yes. Thank you for that perfect example. You can use AI to type now. You can use AI to type. You can just tell AI what you want on the document, and AI will type it out. In fact, typing is a primary skill now. And the market doesn't just say, oh, because you can type, they value you or you're of high value. Okay. That is not existing in the market again. So yes, that's a very, very good example. And you know the funny thing? It reminds me of my mom. My mom was one that thought, I don't know who's familiar here with Mavis Bacon. So it was a software then that we used to use to learn how to type. We put the disc inside the CPU, and then we'll teach you, okay, this is how to type. They will tell you how to type, what finger to use to press what word. Anytime I'm typing, people will be like, are you a coder? Why is HR typing like she's coding? And I'm like, oh, this is how my mom taught me. Okay. So my mom used to be a typist also. She used to type for people, exams, all those school exams and all that. So yeah, that reminds me. So right now, that job, anybody can do it. Actually, not everybody. Anybody can do it, but not everybody can do it. And why it's not everybody can do it is because I've actually hired a graduate who did not know. She has spent 4 years in university, but she don't know how to use a laptop and how to type. She has to start learning it from the scratch. So not everybody can do it, but at the same time, market doesn't really value it. If you don't know how to type, no problem. You're probably doing lots of AI integrations and maximizing AI to do what you have to do. Okay. So that explains the quadrant. So I really recommend that you carry out this exercise. It is super important. I promise you to change your life. I told you what it did to mine. It will really transform and change your life. It will make you see things from a different angle than you are currently seeing it. Okay, so I'm going to move to the next slide now, and that is how you're going to close the gap. So I'm going to give you a straightforward, practical roadmap that after you've identified this, so please, next slide. After you've identified this skill gap, after you have identified what is really happening to your skills, then you can take a step immediately. All right, so personal roadmap framework. This is what I use for myself. And like I said, when I was starting at the beginning of the training, you have to carry out this exercise at least once every year. I said at least. There was a time, I think it was 2023, I was doing it every quarter. All right, and I was back-to-back learning, and I was really doing it. Carrying out this framework once you have identified, you keep doing it at least once every year, so that you remain relevant. The world is changing. Today we are hearing something. Tomorrow, one thing will come out again that you have to learn. Okay, one tool will come out, one skill will come out that you have to learn. Okay, people have not actually broken fully into each skill. Soft skill, then we'll say, oh, documentation is soft skill, and we'll say Google Docs, Excel, Microsoft Word. Everybody was saying, oh, they know how to. Is a technical skill, or is a skill that they know how to. Right now, it's an irrelevant skill. Okay, and by the time soft skill gets to that level of when it is revolutionized, and it becomes like a technical skill, a soft skill that has a technical solution, is going to be very dangerous, and you have to keep up with the tide. Because imagine emotional intelligence in the workspace and a tool that can solve that problem. Just imagine it. Or imagine a problem that has to do with conflict, okay, and a tool that can detect and help you diagnose and help you solve that problem. So we still have a lot coming, and we need to be ready. I just used to imagine the transformations that can happen in the workspace, and I'm just keeping myself ready. What do I need to do to get ready? So you have to continuously do this. So it's not that you go now and then you go and you do the analysis, you find out, you address it, and for 2025, and you believe that, oh, this has solved my problem, and then you just hold on to those skills, you develop them and just work on it, and then you don't do these routine checks annually. Do it at least once every year to remain relevant. So the first step, like we already said, is identify with skill quadrants that I showed earlier. And then the second step is to learn. Don't stop learning. At least once every month, no matter how busy I am, how super busy I am, I'm always learning. I have a call in by 6, and that call is for a like all this I don't know how to say, like an acceleration program, but it's for women, and it's for women in career, not even women in business. And we're having a session on that group, and you have to tick all the boxes for the trainings before you even qualify to get your recognition and certificate from that program or the body. And it's a very popular body. They've been existing for over 25 years. So I know that these people are not small, and it's business. Do you get? Every month I am learning, and make sure I'm learning. I'm not sitting down one place and I'm not doing anything. No, I'm learning. No matter how busy I am always learning. So I want to recommend to you, if it's not taking a course, if it's not attending a training or an upskilling program or going for mentor. I also have mentorship sessions every month. It helps me also to bridge the gap, because I don't want to make mistakes. I want people that have made mistakes to take me by my hand and show me, avoid this, and to make me go faster. I don't like burning my fingers, so I always take my time and ask people questions. So yes, that's another thing you need to do. Mentorship, sign up for mentorship so that you get guided on what steps to take. Every of my career path I've taken, I've had a mentor. Right now, I have 4 major mentors. My mentors increased this month to 4. Before they were just 3. But this month increased to 4 because of something I signed up for. And that 4th one, she's strong. She's actually really, really above the others. So sign up for mentorship. And signing up for mentorship doesn't mean that you have to take. Ask, what can I also add to you if you're my mentor? Okay, what can I do or add to you? Because that's the mistake people also make. Mentorship is work, it's serious work. And if somebody is mentoring you, they're dedicating time, resources, knowledge, and everything to you, they're pouring to you. So you should be able to give back. Don't just look at taking, all right? And mentorship is no money. I think everybody here should know that already. When someone says they mentor you, it's not that they'll pay for anything. They're just going to be holding your hand by the way. And it doesn't mean that you always have to meet the person, you always have to interact with the person and all that. Just look for how, okay, you just once in a while ask questions, specific questions that address your needs. Okay. And then another thing about mentorship that people used to miss is they go and look for one person above. The person that I have now, she's above. She's a very big woman. In fact, international recognition. But the other 3 that I had for the last more than 5 years. One I've known one for about 8 years. The other one I've known him for about 5 years, and the other one, yes, 5 years. They are all people that I just met. One is my church, one is at work for a training, and then the other person was we went for a training together, and I realized this person was far above me. So you don't have to look for one celebrity mentor or somewhere that is, yeah, start with those you have. Those you have will link you up to those ones up, okay, and the opportunity will open up to the popular ones that you want to be your mentor. But start with the ones that you have around you, and you need to have a mentor also. I don't know why I'm talking about mentorship, maybe it's for those that are here though, but you need to have mentorship in key areas of your life. You have a mentor for education, you have a mentor for career, you have a mentor for family affairs. Yes, especially if you're married or you're in a relationship, you need to have a mentor for that area. I also have someone I talk to. I don't really call him a mentor, but I talk to him and consult with him for financial decisions. So you have to, key areas of your life, you need to have mentors. All right, so once you are done learning through those different channels, practice what you have learned. People overlook practicing. They just learn, keep gathering certificates. When you now ask them questions about practicality, they are unable to talk about it. And this affects a lot of people during interview and why they're trying to get jobs. Because when recruiters interact with you, we can actually see the very big difference. You know it, but you haven't practiced it. It's textbook knowledge you have. And it's risky to have someone come with textbook knowledge into a business. Especially is an important role that can affect and influence major decisions in that business. So I always recommend look for opportunities to apply what you have learned. Always look for opportunities. I volunteer and I still volunteer. I used to and I always make sure that I am at least volunteering for one organization every year. If my volunteering opportunity ends on a project, I look for, okay, where else can I volunteer? I'm always volunteering. And because it gives me opportunity to practice things that maybe my current job is not giving me opportunity to practice. Okay, what I'm always volunteering for is very totally different from HR or trainer or coaching. It's very different. It's always super different. And that's because I want to learn. I want to learn about different fields. I want to learn about what I have studied. I want to practice things that I probably don't have the opportunity to practice at work. So always look for opportunities to volunteer, look for places to intern. Also, some jobs, okay, and some companies give you opportunity to rotate internally. Okay, so look for opportunities to like internal rotation on your job. That would really help you in the long run when you are to probably get promoted, or there's a decision that has to do with the organization and you're well positioned, you're super informed, because you're not just talking from a place of knowledge, you're talking from a place of knowledge and experience, and that's what stands people out, having that balance, knowledge and experience at hand. So always look for that. And I always say, don't say, oh, intern, you're applying for, you want paid intern, you want paid internship. Your internship can be a volunteering means also. I'm going to, there's an organization I work with at the moment, and I told them 6 hours every week. I'm not going to dedicate more than 6 hours every week for you. And if you know what I've been able to do in that 6 hours, we've completed a project, an outreach project recently, and it was so massive. An outreach project for orphanages. It was so massive, and I was super impressed because I was project manager and I put on my project management skills. So that person that says you want to learn project management skills or you want to learn skills that has to do with business, please, volunteering is the best way. It will really help you and give you the opportunity to do that. So yes, explore internships. Start with the local activities and assemblies around you. It doesn't have to be an international organization first. Build a track record. Those international organizations, when they've seen the track record, they would easily come to you and want to interact with you and want to have you on the team. Don't start looking for what is above first. I'm not saying it will not come. It might come, but don't spend too much time doing that when you can start maximizing those opportunities around you. All right, so the final slide, you're not behind. Think that mindset that you are behind, but you're just in progress, and you always be in progress. Nobody stops learning. Nobody. I promise you, go and ask. Even if you have opportunity to sit with the big men the rich folks, the billionaires of the world and all that, they would always tell you they're always learning. When I walked into my mentor's office, I was super intimidated. I thought my dad had the biggest book diary or office in it. Like, he has the biggest that I've seen growing up. But that woman, oh my God, our office has 2 big shelves and they're all filled with books. All. And then I could see the recent ones that she was reading on her table. They're always learning. So nobody stops learning, and you have to be conscious of the fact that you need to constantly learn. All right, so I think that's it for me. I can take questions now and then call it an evening.
All right, let's appreciate Mfonobong for sharing from the depth of our hearts. So let's show us some love. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I believe some of us have questions. So we have about 15 minutes or less to ask questions. So if you have questions, you can raise up your hand. You can just use the hand raising, what's it called? Icon to raise up your hand. So while you're still thinking of the questions you have, I have some questions here. About mentorship and learning. So I have 3 questions.
Okay.
So you can just touch on it briefly. The first one is the mentorship you sign up for, are they paid or free? But I think from what you have said, they're mostly free, right?
Yes.
Yes, but you offer.
Okay, the current one is paid. The last one I just added, yes. So it was through the program I signed up for, So they linked me. So it's an annual program. So you come in and then you pay. Your payment is not actually like you're paying for the program. It's more like a commitment fee, because most times people take free things for granted.
Yeah.
A lot of times, yeah. People take free things for granted. So I had to pay to join the program. But after that, all the resources in the program, including access to a high-profile mentor, was part of it, and they connected me. So indirectly, it's paid.
Thank you.
But start with the free ones. Start with the free ones. It doesn't have to be paid.
Okay. So the affordability. So even for online training, sometimes we get to hear things like data is expensive. So how do you afford this continuous learning lifestyle?
That question. Should I answer that question? How do you afford data? How do you afford to eat? So something as little as see, YouTube is if you come to my phone, you check my phone. If you're talking about data, you check my phone. My most used app is YouTube. That's my most used app. YouTube is my most used app. And guess what I'm doing? I'm learning. Is it I'm learning or I'm watching a sermon on the go? Because when I'm cooking or I'm driving, you get, I don't like just driving everywhere it's quiet. So I'm always listening to a sermon, or I'm listening to someone talk, a coach talk, a mentor. I'm trying listening to something. Do you get? Yeah. So YouTube is like, it's a free resource that you can use. And if you say, oh, for every month, I'll start with 5,000 every month, you see what that 5,000 will do for you, what that 5,000 will give you. 5,000 every month, then you go on to probably 10,000 every month, and then you go on and on. What you learn alone from those YouTube activities is super, like, it's so much. And then another thing you can do is create budget around books. People underestimate books. You can create a budget like, okay, every month I have to spend 5 to 10K on books. I'm just going to read one book. In fact, there are ebooks everywhere. So yeah, you can also do that. And then talking about money also, there are free trainings. Free trainings exist, but are you in the right community? What do you want to learn? Did you get? If you know what you want to learn, you can ask ChatGPT to connect you with free communities that do trainings on those things, or give you free links or access to things that you can use to learn that particular thing. So yes, you can do that also.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, then the last question is as well. How do you disengage properly from a mentorship relationship, or is it supposed to be for life?
Disengage. I don't know about disengage. My mentors are the moment Even the ones that I've known for about 8 years, she's currently in the US. In fact, she's one that helped me come into HR. Okay. Everything I do, I carry along. Anything I do in HR. I launched a book this month. Yes, earlier this month, the first, I think on the first of this month. When I started, she knew. When I finished, she knew. It doesn't mean that she has to hold my hand all through, but I'm keeping her aware because I want her to hold me accountable. That's one other benefit of mentorship, accountability. I want her to keep me accountable to finish what I started. When you tell your mentor that you're doing something or you want to start something, they will ask you, even if they don't ask you immediately, come in a month's time, what's up with this thing that you said did you get? So I kept her accountable and she gave me an hint finally when the final draft came out, and I added that, and it was really a solid hint, but I made sure she was aware. Yes, we don't talk every month or every now and then, but every time we speak, it's always solid. So I don't think that, except you feel like that mentorship is not giving you value again, okay, I would recommend, if it is not adding the value that you actually were looking like it was going to add. I take my time to ask to say this person is my mentor. I take my time. I won't just come up to you and say I want you to mentor me. I won't just do that. I'm going to first form a relationship with you. I'm going to follow you. I'll be tracking your activities online. How is this person? How do they think? Do you get? And all that. Once I have done that for a while, okay, and I'm a Christian, so I also ask God, please give me instincts and give me insights onto who I should be mentored by, so that I don't make a mistake and destroy my life. So I also pray for that. So I would recommend that first take your time, don't rush, based on what you want. Then you can start looking for a mentor. Start from those around you, that this person can do this very well. Or you meet with someone and you find out that they know how to, just start having random conversations with them, like, okay, what do you think about this? What do you think about this aspect? Or what's your... I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. My network just disappeared.
Good evening, Grace.
Can you hear me?
I don't know that.
I have two questions to ask. I do. I have two questions to ask. So the first question is around mentorship. So I don't know, is there a platform where you are picking, where you can find these mentors, or you just find somebody you know? So that's the first question. So the second question is around the volunteering. So I think it's a two-part question. The first thing is there a website or is there a place where I can get these jobs started to volunteer? Because the problem I have is this: I have certain competencies that are outside my core job. Because I got really interested when the speaker said she's an HR, but then she doesn't necessarily volunteer as HR. So that's what got my own attention. So I am wondering if I can get the ease of getting these volunteering roles, and then whether I can see the areas they're volunteering in and apply to one of them, because I'm just interested in that. So these are my two questions. I don't know if you've got me. Mentorship and volunteering, and what areas?
Okay, thank you. Sorry about my network earlier. So to answer your question, starting with where you get mentors. Mine, I think I stated the three ways I got my mentors, like the first set of mentors I have. One was she was a consultant to the company, and after the consultancy ended, I maintained the relationship with her, and then I asked her to be my mentor afterwards. So that's how I got her. Did you get? Then the second one was he was also a consultant, and then I made sure that I followed up the relationship, and then from there, so I don't just come up from like I want you to mentor me. All right. I just start asking you questions, like I said. Ask questions, interact with you, get to know your mind, and then from there I can now make the requests over time. Maybe between the space of 3 months, and I'll make the request of, oh, can you mentor me? I think that you're good in this area. I don't want to make mistakes and all that. I would like you to mentor me. That's because the person would have seen your interest in learning, okay? And they'll be able to just work with you because you guys have had conversations over time. So that's the second one. Now, the third one, we went for a training together. And yes, it was same training. The person came to learn. But when I looked at this guy's profile, I'm like, whoa, you're actually way ahead. So what are you doing here? But like I said, everybody's always learning. Okay. So we started talking. And from there, I started following his activities online, his activities on Instagram, on Twitter, and I could see his mind frame and how it works. And it really aligned with what I wanted at that phase of my life. So I just reached out to him. Please come and mentor me. And it was all jokes and all before, but then he understood, and then from there the relationship started. So you see that everyone was like, I didn't have to go out there to look for someone. I just checked the relationship I have around me, and I'm like, who can I? Okay, so that's one. Then yes, you can search for mentorship programs like I did. All right, the one I have is for women in successful careers. That's Whisker, and that's the one I applied to. Okay, and that's like the proper application. So you can search. I can't say these are programs. I even stumbled into it, and that's because of one of my friends. I just thought that this girl's life is transforming, and I like, what's up? What did you do? And what are you doing? I said, oh, she attended this program, and the links are up, and all that, and all that. And from there, boom, I went ahead to apply for the same program like she did, and I'm really getting value from the program. So that's how I got to know about that. So maximize the information you have around you. I think sometimes we underestimate those we have around us and the value that they're bringing on board. So I would recommend that you maximize that. That's how to start. And I've forgotten the second question. What was the second question again, please?
It's around volunteering. So I was asking, the ease of getting, is there a website for getting all these volunteering rules, and what areas are available?
Okay, so for volunteering, also, I start with those around me. I start with businesses. What business are my friends doing that they're having challenge with, and something that I'm interested in doing? I have friends that are like that. Okay, I'm going to say, okay, see, babe or guy, I'm going to volunteer for you for your business, but I only have probably I have only 3 hours every week. I'll come around, we'll talk, I'll try to see what I can implement and what I can do for you based off the skill. Okay, I start with businesses around me that are belonging to friends, family, and all, and then I make sure I tell them that this is my agreement. It's probably going to be this engagement is going to be for 3 to 6 months, and then make sure that I'm practicing things that I want to learn, like using tools, frameworks that I've learned from different courses and different trainings, and practicing it on those businesses. So I did it for some of my friends' businesses, and from there they recommended me to paying jobs and paying businesses. So you can do that. Then another way you can actually also volunteer is you can just watch out for organizations that are posting volunteering opportunities, and you can ask ChatGPT. Like I said, ChatGPT is a very useful resource. You can go on ChatGPT and say, this is who I am, and I probably am a project manager, or I'm an HR person, but I'm looking to volunteer in a project management role. I am based in Ibadan, Nigeria, and I want you to recommend platforms or volunteering organizations I can work with based on my location. And I promise you to give you results. I've tried it before. I've tried with somebody in the UK, and it worked, and it gave us massive results, and then linked us up, and then we're just going straight to where we can get the information we need. So you can try that.
Hi, good evening.
Okay. Did you get me? I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. I got everything. I was writing a lot that you're speaking. Thank you so much. You answered my question.
All right. Thank you. I was asking Grace question. I don't know if you heard me when I ended before the call went off, but yeah. Someone is lifting their hand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so let's go ahead.
All right.
Hello, Bisoye. How are you doing?
I think you've kind of answered the parts, but so it's about when you mentioned that you've always had recommendations.
I'm kind of rounding up the meeting.
Applies to jobs. So I was like,
just give me like 2 minutes.
Can you tell what
Thank you.
what exactly were those things that you knew that you did right that made you get those recommendations time and again? Yes, like what were those specific things that that it was because I did this, or because of this and this and this and this. So I was interested more in that.
Okay, thank you. For that particular aspect of my life, I promise you, I don't have all the answers. Maybe it's what God wants or what God plans for me. But yes, what I can say, what I noticed about the pattern, or what I noticed is that, let's say pattern, not necessarily pattern, it's not actually pattern because it's not actually the same way. So what I noticed was, if your boss is blowing your trumpet, I promise you, very soon you're going to get recognition and people want to put you. Yes. People want to put you, people want to work with you if your boss is blowing your trumpet. So yes, get your boss to blow your trumpet. That's one. Another thing is getting your boss to blow your trumpet means you're doing very well at your job, you're effective, you're proactive, obviously, you are delivering and you're wowing him or her. Okay. The second other thing is that I did was I took up responsibilities without being asked. So you find out that I am doing, yes, I have one role, but I can be doing other things, taking up projects, making recommendations, and saying, okay, if there's nobody to do it, I will do it though. Or if there's nobody to do you get. And when they ask who can help us do this, I will go, I will do it. Even if it's mixed, I'm going to spend extra hours or extra time in the office. I will do it because I want to learn and I want to be hands-on. And people love working with people that know more than their field. Okay. So yes, it's really, really good that you do that, because that is another thing that helped me. It made people know that I was willing to go above and beyond, and people always talking, you get, about me, what I can do, things I've done, and all that. So yes, that was majorly it. I can't say that I was strategic about it, because I was not strategic about it. I wasn't, and that's why I had to sit back later on and say, why was this happening? Why am I not growing? Why am I get and all that? So yeah, that's it for me.
Oh, thank you for that.
So
I was expecting the sort of formula framework that you
fun. There was no formula. Just do your work and be very good at it. No formula. I promise you. No formula.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, so that we don't keep in front of them. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So thank you so much for the time. I'm aware you have another call starting 6. So let's not keep you. So please just let's connect with Mfonobong on LinkedIn. I'll probably just share a profile right away, so you can go into her DM, ask questions, and I'm sure she'll gladly answer. Right, ma'am?
All right. Just remind me that you were in this training and we are good. Grace, I think I said I have a gift for you at the beginning. So yes, I will give you a free copy of my book. Yeah, I'll give you a free copy of my book. But for every other person that's on this call, if you're interested, I can give you a 2,000 naira discount. 2,000 naira discount here on the book eventually. But I'll just get in touch with you.
Thank you. Thank
All right.
you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Very grateful. Thank you so much for
all right. Yeah. Have a lovely evening.
So that'll be it. Yeah. Thank you very much.